Hello, I'm Carmel Lietz, and welcome to the continuing series of my talks on self-empowerment with an anti-inflammatory nutrition and lifestyle. Today's topic is acid-alkaline balance and how this supports anti-inflammatory nutrition. There will be two themes. The first is, why is this topic relevant? And the second, 4 basic principles to use acid-alkaline balance in daily life. So to the first theme, why is this topic relevant? I'd like to start with a general summary, a brief summary of the context to answer the question, then I'll do the details. We live in a world full of pollutants and chemicals, including the products we use every day. Along with the Western diet accentuating meats, sugars, fast foods and highly processed foods, and with the addition of increasing medications, stressful environments and stressed mental states. All of these factors are interconnected and combining to make our mind bodies chronically acid and inflammatory. However, our mind bodies need a slightly alkaline environment to function and perform at their best. Over-acidity causes us to feel lethargic. You know that feeling of hangover? It's in fact acidity. Equally uncomfortable, though, can be when our mind bodies become too alkaline, causing us to feel hyper, manic, or anxious. So to the first reason of importance, acid-alkaline balance, meaning an emphasis on more alkaline foods than acid foods, combats inflammation as the root cause of all chronic conditions and common diseases, and thereby plays a major supportive role for an anti-inflammatory nutrition. Both food types of acid and alkaline are necessary for a healthy nutrition. The general ratio used is 1:4. That is 20% acid-forming foods to 80% alkaline-forming foods. The second reason is, as all medications create acidity in the body, along with their side effects, it makes sense to adopt this type of nutrition as this can reduce the need for many medications. And the third reason, the human body in its natural environment is slightly alkaline, with a pH of between 7.35 and 7.45, with 7 being neutral. So the acid-alkaline balance, being more alkaline, supports the body's environment and assists us to feel mentally healthier. The fourth reason, natural foods are mainly categorized as either acid-forming or alkaline-forming. However, citrus foods like oranges, lemons, limes and grapefruit, though acidic, become alkaline after eating. There's also a range within the acid and alkaline foods, and it's good to know that the acid content is reduced when fruits are fully ripe, and within one fruit species you can choose varieties that are more or less acidic. This acid-alkaline concept is made easier if you know what type of personality you are in terms of acid or alkaline producer. That's why I include the general questionnaire. Are you an acid producer or an alkaline producer? This is a guide to better understand what foods and drinks could suit you more or suit you less. And the last reason of importance is number 5. Acid-alkaline balance assists people to make more personalised food choices to enhance their daily work performance and stage performance or presentations. That's certainly been the case for my clients and readers of my books. And I too have found this concept so beneficial because I belong, apparently, to 20% of creative and performing artists and others who are known as highly sensitive people, HSPs. Researched by Elaine Aron in the mid-1990s, but only now becoming better known. Traditional medical doctors know nothing about this, though we are at least 1 in 5 in the population. You might be this type of person, born with extra sensitivity in all senses, including the sixth sense of intuition. Having a nervous system on high alert about the environment, as well as extra blood flow to the brain, giving also a desire for detail and focus. Of course, any level of sensitivity in any area is a strength. This extra sensitivity gives heightened perception, though, about when the environment is negative, emotionally draining, or chemically or environmentally toxic. This could also determine that you are an acid producer. Regardless, acid producers can still remain healthy, and that's because we have to honour our sensitivities. As the canaries down the mine, we generally know ourselves very well. Now to 4 basic principles to use acid-alkaline balance in daily life. I've taken these from the book by Christopher Vasey. He's a Swiss doctor of naturopathy who created a holistic personalised approach. His book explains in detail the acid-alkaline pH balance, how to diminish acidification, and use alkalizing alternatives for meals that are acidifying, and how to create acid detoxification for rejuvenation. I recommend this as a practical reference book. Here are his 4 basic principles. Number 1, a meal should never consist solely of acidifying foods, but should always contain alkaline foods as well. That's basic. Secondly, the amount of alkalizing food should be greater proportionately than the amount of acidifying foods at any one meal, and that allows for neutralization. That's a good point to remember. Number 3, the proportions of alkalizing food should be even greater when there is pronounced acidification of the internal environment and when the individual is unable to metabolize acids properly. That means that the more the body is exhausted or weakened, the less acid should be put into the body. And that allows the body to recover and maintain its alkaline acid balance. And the last point, a diet consisting solely of alkaline vegetables and plant-based foods is possible, but should only continue for 2 weeks at the maximum, not continue indefinitely, because this creates imbalance. So I hope those 4 points are clear. You can always review this video. So that completes this half, and I'll explain the next themes at the beginning of the next half. Thank you, and I'll be back soon.